41 years we haven't won one in Europe, and 17, you know, and just what it means to them, it's incredible.
All right, welcome back to the show. Game on 99.3 Nigeria Info. You heard the voice of Ange Postecoglou speaking on what winning the Europa League title means to Tottenham Hotspur, and how excited they were for doing that one yesterday. 17 years after winning the Carling Cup, the last time they won a trophy, they are back in the big time, and they certainly are winning. You said?
It was against United.
No, against Chelsea that time. They beat Chelsea.
2008.
2000. Was it 8 or 5?
2008.
2008, yeah. They beat Chelsea. It was Chelsea they beat in the final.
I thought it was
yeah,
United.
2-1. Jonathan Woodgate. I remember I cried in that final. Scored the winning goal there for the Manchester United manager. Ruben Amorim has sensationally invited Manchester United to sack him without any compensation if they believe he is not the manager to fix their many problems. Well, last night, Amorim was left in disbelief at how Manchester United, in his eyes, the better team, fluffed the one chance to save their embarrassing and abject season in Bilbao yesterday. And in case you don't believe the story I'm reading, how about you listen to the Manchester United manager himself?
To show to the fans and say, I'm going to improve because of this, I had these problems, I will not do nothing. So in this moment is a little bit of faith. So let's see. And like I said before coming here in the flash, I'm always open. If the board and the fans feel that I'm not the right guy, I will go in the next day without any conversation about compensation. But I will not quit again. I'm really confident on my job. And as you can see, I will not change nothing in the way I do things.
So first off, I don't think it's smart to quit without compensation. I mean, you have to take money home for hard work done of some sort. But he says that's how passionate the man is. But Shuma, you've listened to the man say, I guess this is some sort of consolation for United fans because they have a manager who's willing to work them out of the doldrums of whatever it is they're in at the moment. But on the other hand, I think you cannot. I feel there's been too many excuses made for Ruben Amorim. And yesterday was the one time everybody, his biggest fan, needed to ask him the questions, man, what's up? What have you done? And evaluate the season in totality and say 6 months down the line. I mean, I was watching the game with Tunde and Olamide yesterday. And the question we asked was, he came in January, right? And United have 39 points on the Premier League table now. And they got 30 under the former manager in Erik ten Hag. So between January and now, he's only added 9 points or thereabout to that table and leaving them in 16th. So when you look at that and you look at a cup final, unbeaten run, and whatever problems he's had, do we look back and say we cannot exonerate Ruben Amorim from Manchester United's problem now?
True, Sam. I think that's a reality. I was looking at it even beyond the Europa League final, last night, and looking at the season Spurs have had and what Manchester United have had, right? Man U's highs were knocking out Arsenal in the early rounds of the FA Cup, and then they got knocked out not long after that, Manchester United. In the Carabao Cup, they didn't have the best of times in the world, right? In the Premier League, they are 16th on the log. Yeah, got to the Europa League final, the only unbeaten team in Europe, as they kept saying, and then eventually lost the final. Look at Tottenham Hotspur on the other hand. At least they got to the semi-final stage of the Carabao Cup, that's the League Cup, in addition to a final in the Europa League, even if they didn't win it. So now they found a way to win that. They're placed behind Manchester United on the table, 17th on the log. But holistically, with those two sides getting to the Europa League final, if you had to juxtapose their season, I would think I would have picked the Spurs season as slightly better than Manchester United's campaign based on these yardsticks I just used, So the fact that United have been that terrible under this Amorim guy is enough to show that there's, first of all, so much work. I know there's been the excuses too. He's not had a summer transfer window to sign players. He told them, can I come in during the summer? They said, if you don't get the job now, we're not going to give it to you again and all of that. And of course, it's a big invite or invitation to be coach of Manchester United, still one of the biggest clubs in world football. So for a coach who was less than 40, it was going to be a huge privilege for him and all that. But realistically, you're going to ask yourself, no matter how bad the ship is as a captain, at least ensure it doesn't sink. He's gotten worse under you. And the only cushion effect you had was consistently telling us you're going to win something, qualify for the UEFA Champions League through the back door. That's the Europa League. And the moment you fail to achieve that feat, it takes everybody's mind back to how bad United are on the table. And it's terrible because for all of Arsenal's capitulation since Arsene Wenger left, Arsenal have never fallen out of the top 10 at the end of a Premier League season. But Manchester United are so bad that they're not even in the top 15. If not for how terrible the likes of Leicester City and Southampton and Ipswich were, United genuinely at this stage of the season would have been involved in the conversation for relegation. They've not gotten to that 40-point safety mark that has been a tradition for the league in years. Having said so about Amorim, I have been keen to highlight in the last set of years that the problems of United go beyond these coaches. That's why I'm going to cut him some slack now. It feels like I'm speaking with both sides of the mouth. But you look at all of the examples since Fergie left. First of all, David Moyes, a man who'd been with Everton for 11 years, achieved all of those great things he did with them, qualifying them for the Champions League a few times too. Okay, a coach with longevity. He came in, couldn't stay even one season and succeed. They had to let him go. And then they had Mr. Philosophy, who we've seen do great things with Ajax years back. He comes in, he wins the FA Cup, but it's still not enough. And we think, hey, United are a better bunch than what you have done for them, Chief Louis van Gaal. And he goes. And then you have even Jose Mourinho, one of the greatest managers of all time. He comes in, wins the Europa League, finishes second, 18 points behind Man City or so, and then says, hey, it's the greatest ever achievement I've had as a coach, for a man who's won a treble with Inter in 2010, for a man who's won multiple league titles and the Champions League in the past as well too, with a team as small as FC Porto. To say finishing second to United was one of the greatest achievements of his coaching career. And we thought this was just this guy bluffing. Then you went for a man who is into I'm part of the team. I know this team. I was part of the 1992 squad. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was given 3 seasons, a few semi-final appearances, but still did not win anything. So you first complained Jose Mourinho is a defensive coach. United don't play football like that. Louis van Gaal had philosophy. You complained as well. David Moyes, you said the team was bigger than him. Is not on the same pedestal with Everton. And then Solskjaer comes in 3 seasons, still doesn't achieve success. Then you go to a man who has been overseeing clubs, a bunch of clubs with his brilliance in Germany. And he comes in. Ronaldo says he's one of the. He doesn't even see him as a coach and all of that. Ralf Rangnick, United still stutter. So for every time you had managers, Eric Ten Hag came, progressive manager, took Ajax to the semi-final stage of the Champions League in 2009 before losing to, I think, Tottenham Hotspur, who eventually lost to Liverpool in the final. He comes in, win a few cup competitions here, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. You still say it's a failure. And then you now say, okay, the way football is
But he
going
was
these
a
days,
failure.
compared to where we are now, it's a different ball game. He will be smiling and saying, "At least I do pass these guys."
No,
and then
Chuma,
you now
I
say,
disagree on that.
you say we're in the world of progressive managers. You let go that guy halfway into the season. You bring in a guy who's shown that at a very young age he can build something, and then he comes in. You guys are worse than you have met. What does that say? It's beyond these coaches. The Manchester United players. I'm not even speaking about hierarchy now. The players themselves have to do more for that team. I saw Garnacho and all of the words he was sharing. I played so hard for the team to get to the final, and he came to the final. They only gave me 20 minutes to play. I'm like, come, I understand that you're a frustrated guy, but when you came off the bench, what impact did you still make in helping them to win the game? But did you win the game? You're making it look like the coach made all the wrong decisions.
So here's where I'm going to disagree with Chuma. And I'm saying this because I remember saying exactly the same thing last season. And, for some strange reason, maybe not strange, it's the world we live in now. Football fans are a lot more concerned about banter and fan rivalry as opposed to really looking at things from a critical point of view. I'm an Arsenal fan. Almost everybody who listens to the show regularly knows that Ufoma is an Arsenal fan. Yeah. So sometimes, and I don't blame them too, because sometimes even we as pundits sometimes cannot separate our fan bias from punditry. Personally, I try as much as possible. If I want to be a fan, you know that I'm a fan. If I'm stroking you, I'm stroking you. But I try to be, as professional as I can be. But unfortunately, we have turned punditry, or rather, we've turned this whole banter into something so big, we don't get to see clear patterns. I remember that the conversation was it at the end of last season for most Manchester United fans where, we had a better season than Arsenal. Because at the end of the season, they won the FA Cup, which papered over the cracks of how terrible their season were. And when some of us, were saying that, hey, good one. Of course, the whole game of football is about winning trophies. So if you win one, of course, you have to celebrate. But let's also be realistic. You may have won the FA Cup. Great. But what he just did for you was paper over the crack of how bad your situation is. And I think one of the greatest mistakes Manchester United's hierarchy made was letting Eric Ten Hag continue as manager on the back of winning that FA Cup. Because like I also mentioned at the end of last season, the damage Erik ten Hag has done at Manchester United in those 2 years that, let's wait for it, he won 2 trophies, right? But the damage he has done to Manchester United is something they might not get out of over the next 3 or 4 years. What am I talking about? Look at the recruitment process. We all hail Arne Slot, for winning the league with Liverpool. It wasn't just about Arne Slot's coaching credentials. It was also about the fact that Jurgen Klopp left him a title contending team. Let's not make mistakes about that one. The Liverpool team that Arne Slot made had Mohamed Salah, had Virgil van Dijk, arguably the 2 best players in their positions across the world. Arguably, you could call 1 or 2 others. Yeah. But he met a team that had a goalkeeper who arguably you could argue one of the best in the world. So that team had a spine. Don't forget, last season, that same team were top of the table until about April or thereabout when they fell off. So it wasn't like Arne Slot came and met, nonsense. He met a good team. What did Amorim meet? And it didn't start with Erik ten Hag. It's been a cycle over the last 7-8 years where United have been terrible with their recruitment. Now, why? Because they want to be in the Champions League. Missing out in the Champions League this time around, the contract they have with Adidas is supposed to be for £90 million. Because they are not going to play the Champions League next year, that money reduces by £10 million. Manchester United are broke. When I say broke, they are very, very... Forget that whole their richest club. Presently, United are broke. A club official was speaking to the Athletic a few weeks ago, and told the Athletic, of course, they didn't name names, that their season is riding on being in the Champions League this season because of the money they are going to make. That's how bad their finances are. You've been seeing all the cut off they've been doing, to the point where they say they're not going to celebrate even if they win. They will do barbecue. That's how broke they are. They've been depending on the money. Not forget the trophy. They've been depending on the money that will come as a result of the Champions League. But they've been making a lot of errors in terms of recruitment. And Erik ten Hag, despite the 2 trophies he won, was at the height of making those terrible decisions, from Onana to... Was it not the one that signed the guy that is at Real Betis now? Yeah,
Anthony.
You can mention 7-8 players that United have signed that have just not been good enough. How are they going to get out of that quagmire as it is right now? For Amorim, Amorim has
the team he came and met, at least just be on that same Ten Hag level. Well, you dropped it.
Chuma, I'm not
take blame too, my friend.
No. Here's my final part. The final part is that Amorim himself has not helped his
cause.
You could argue that he has not had a window. He has not signed players. Again, I like to go back to because when I say things here, I always like to say it because I know it will happen. I remember having this conversation with The Voice last season, and I mentioned Oliver Glasner, the Palace manager, and The Voice went bonkers. If you remember, he choked me inside this studio. That's why am I mentioning? And my explanation then was, this guy has been in charge 4-5 months. You can literally see it's not hard to sign anybody, but you can see the work he is doing. 18 months after,
FA Cup champion.
See where they are. Amorim may not have signed players, but for the love of God, what the heck are you doing with what you have? Yesterday, United were atrocious. From the beginning of this, in fact, from the beginning of when Spurs scored that goal, they went to sit back. Why the heck did you continue for another 60 plus minutes playing 3 at the back? Why?
All right. We're going on a break, but I want to ask something. I'll come to you down the other side of the break. Is this solely a recruitment problem off of what Ufama said, where he says, okay, the previous manager had not recruited well? If we're going to fix this next season for United, is this solely about taking out certain players and bringing in the Amorim kind of players, and then we say that's how United becomes successful over a period of time? And of course, we open up the phone lines for you to be part of the conversation. Game on 99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back very, very shortly. That one I can promise you. All right, let's go on a break. We'll be back.
show to the fans and say, I'm going to improve because of this. I had these problems. I will not do nothing. So in this moment is a little bit of faith. So let's see. And like I said before coming here in the flash, I'm always open. If the board and the fans feel that I'm not the right guy, I will go in the next day without any conversation about compensation. But I will not quit again. I'm really confident on my job. And as you can see, I will not change nothing in the way I do things.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
Now so I did on my own. Now a message enter my phone. Fiam. I can't click Fiam. Now so my money for account go. Fiam. Hey. If to say na Airtel you dey use, them for first alert you before you click Airtel they identify spammers, then alert them customers with AI powered service to make sure say you no fall mugu for wuruwuru scam messages. No charges, no subscription needed. Me self they go join Airtel. Fiam.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Every day is about winning with one play on Nigeria Info. On Nigeria Info, daily winnings is now over 150,000 naira. Just go to oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3#. Play with as little as 500 naira, and in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. The more you play, the better your chances of winning every day on the Morning Crossfire, WhatsApp Lagos, and Game On shows on weekdays, and the Football Frenzy shows on weekends. But that's not all. Every Friday, there will be a 500,000 naira jackpot. Playing during the week automatically qualifies you for the weekly jackpot. Your chances of winning are the same whether you play on oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3#. Remember to play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission.
Hello, Mrs. Martins.
Yes. Oh, Mrs. Johnson, how may I help you?
Junior's body temperature is high, and he's complaining about headaches and body aches.
Not to worry. Get Bruston and suspension.
Okay, ma. I'll call you back.
Bruston and Suspension for Children is a sweet-tasting brand of ibuprofen which provides relief against toothache, pains, and fever in children after 30 minutes.
Hello, ma. Oh, Junior, stop that.
Is everything okay, Mrs. Johnson?
Yes, ma. Junior is fine now. In fact, Junior, sorry, ma. I'll call you back.
Brustin and Suspension for Children. Always take the product after meal. If symptoms persist after 2 days, consult your doctor. A quality product from Rambaxay.
Topisto tomato mix don't show. Topisto tomato mix na tomato mix where Mohan Agro Foods they produce. Them the producer for Calabar for Cross River State. It is inside a very beautiful 70-gram sachet and na 50 sachet it inside 1 carton. It is thick and tasty, and if you choose and take cook stew, jollof rice, sauce, egusi, spaghetti, eforiro, and water better correct wakis them. Waiting make Topisto tomato mix different, not the taste, and you fit find out for all leading supermarket and for any market where they near you. If you want make them supply you or you want be distributor,
Make you call 0704 800 0558 or 0803 570 0177.
Topisto tomato mix. The difference, not the taste.
With BetKing Virtuals, every game fit make you hit jackpot. The power to win bigger is in your hands. Download the BetKing app and register today using the promo code FREEBETS to enjoy 100 naira instant bonus and other exciting offers. Terms and conditions apply. Not for persons under 18 years. Play responsibly.
Oh, what did happen now? No bonus for all my line. No panic, as MTN don't carry better gist come. Every 6 minutes you talk, MTN go dash you 3 extra minutes. Fiam to enter MTN better gist. Dial *123 *2 *1# or text BG to 312. T and C's apply.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire. Their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight. Each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher. The battle returns, and it's full of fire. Grand Battle 4 with Femi and the Gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Then step right up. It's time for more.
Fan Battle 4 starts Tuesday, June 3rd through July from 7 p.m. weekdays on Nigeria Info.
Fan Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
Gentlemen, children of all ages,
we bring it all on the table, as casual as it can be.
the conversations you want to get involved with,
And the ones you shouldn't.
no holds barred.
Only on your number one station for talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Hi guys, I'm Peter Drury, football commentator, and you are hanging out with Femi and the Gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Right back at you. A couple of minutes, just a little, 1 minute past 8 p.m. and it's time to open up the phone lines to hear from you. 0201 2770993 0201 465 7190. We're talking Manchester United. Plenty of questions to ask. I'm going to come back to Adeza shortly and ask her if this whole United problem gets solved by Amarim signing the Amarim kind of players into next season. Maybe what should be the target for him after lasting 6 months into the job, or maybe should he be fired? That's the question I'm asking you. He says he's not going to ask for any compensation fee if he's fired right now. Does he deserve to be sacked? 0201 2770993 0201 465 7190. You have about 20 seconds when you call in to air your thoughts. Get right onto it and turn down the volume of your radio set when you call in. Hello, good evening to you.
Wow, 20 seconds. Jonathan is my name.
Hi there, Jonathan. Manage it, please.
Anyway, I want to second all what everybody has said, but I want to add something. The management too are to be blamed. Mind you is a big thing. If they are going for coaches, with the exception of Mourinho and Van Gaal, they should be going for the top 5 coaches in the world. So I don't see that with the employment of Ozil, or what's that man's name, and the Amorim and Ten Hag. I don't see them in that caliber of coaches.
All right.
So, and that is what played out to the players.
Okay.
Enjoy it.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you for sticking to the 20-second mark. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening, Samuel.
Hi there, good evening to you.
Good evening, everybody in the house.
Good evening.
Yeah, this Friday from Guelere.
20 seconds.
Samuel, to be sincere, I'm not happy with the English FA. They just want to kill Onana. If it's your English players, all these are coming up because they did not award that goal as an O goal. That goal supposed to be an O goal. But because they just want to crucify Onana, for everybody to believe that Onana is bad, that's why they awarded that goal to that Tottenham player.
All right.
So for me, Onana is not that bad. It's not because the Man United score any goal. Are they not supposed to score their own goals?
Okay then. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for calling in. All right, on to the next one. Hello there. Good evening to you. Good evening. What's your name? Turn off your radio set.
Yeah, I've turned it off. Good evening. My name is Kinsley. I'm calling from Agro Palace.
All right, 20 seconds.
Okay. I'll say Manchester United. It's even better they lost that final yesterday, because if they win that cup, it will seems as if they are doing well. It will even affect them next season. For starting the season, they will be playing the Champions League. Before they will be out of the group stage. At the end of the day, they will find themselves in relegation zone that they might not survive. So I think it's even better.
United fan.
I'm a Madrid fan and a Manchester United fan at the same time.
All right.
I'm a Madrid fan.
Okay.
Seriously, if they had won that trophy, it will seem as if all is well with them. They will start the season next season in Champions League. By the time the group stage will be over, they will be in 18 or 20th in the Premier League.
All right.
By then, they might not even survive the relegation zones. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
So Sam, the issue about this thing is the fact that it's not just about playing in the Champions League. It's the funds that come with playing in the Champions League.
It's not like it's £1 billion and it fixes all of Man United's problems.
Samuel. You get how you go broke rich, eh?
5K could
5K could be like 5 million. We are all human beings. We know.
5K.
You know, there's sometimes when you have money, somebody gives you 10K. It doesn't even look like anything. But there's a kind of brokenness you have, and someone says send your account. What are they talk? If person give you 2K, it could be as if no be now wait things don't already bad finish. But there was a time if somebody give, what am I saying? Even now, you are so broke. See, I'll give you a very good example. In 2019, I just returned to Lagos at the time. Make I no lie you. That day, I was so broke to the point where I couldn't replace my Seaway. Seaway then was, I think, 150 or thereabout. But I didn't have money. I don't know what I did find for my trousers. I can't see 200 naira. I'm giving you this very real life experience, so you understand. United are so broke to the point where you see that 100 million or whatever they will get from prize monies, from gate takings, from merchandise, from not losing 10 million on their Adidas deal. That's a lot of money. I can also tell you for a fact that our Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen has told a few of our colleagues, off the records, that United are one of the teams who want to sign him. And the only condition he's giving them, qualify for the Champions League. There are quite a number of those top players you want to attract to come and save you from the abyss you fallen into will not come if you are not in the big leagues.
But yes, yes.
Let me say something.
Before I lose this line of thought, you can respond to it.
Okay.
Yes, something I'm thinking about, because United are trying to get rid of Anthony, get rid of all of these players that were the Eric Ten Hag kind of players. And here's a situation where if they get money, they go and sign these guys all over again to constitute the same.
No, they've learned. I would assume that they've learned from their mistakes. The point is that ask if you speak to any of the United hierarchy. Yesterday was not about winning the trophy. For Tottenham, it was about winning the trophy because of they never win tag. For United, it was not about the trophy. It was about what the trophy offers. What it offers is money and attracting better players to save them from where they are. There are certain players looking at even Chelsea and saying, your game on Sunday against Nottingham Forest is what will determine whether or not I will sign for you. So let's not confuse that part.
I was going to say something. I disagree with the former. Manchester United are not broke.
Okay.
And can never be broke.
Okay.
Now, why it looks like they are broke is because of the pressure of the PSR as well as the UEFA financial charges, because they're looking at their neighbors, Man City, who spent money like there was no tomorrow. They're in hot water. Manchester United, now they tell you, they can never be broke. They have money. In fact, may they go hold those Glazers family. May they bring out money where they don't take out in the last how many decades. The monies that those family, those brothers have taken out from that club, they know what they're doing. They just, has anyone mentioned them in the last 6 months that Ratcliffe, or 1 year that Ratcliffe took over? Nobody's mentioning the Glazers family. They took away the pressure off themselves to go and enjoy the money they have been taking out. Now, why it looks like they are broke is that if you want to spend the Man United money, PSR will come down on them. The money there. Now, has it been managed well? No, it has not been managed well. Secondly, I also want to talk about they will always attract big players. You know why? Because they will pay
astronomical salary,
Champions League fee. They'll pay Champions League club salary. They'll pay Champions League club agent fee. When United know the champions, they will see actually who they want to attract. Look at Lenny Euro. Man United Real Madrid were begging him. What did he do? He came to Manchester United. For instance, they will always attract because they have the money. When it's time to spend the
money, did Lenny Euro become a top tier player who?
In fact,
are we conflating?
Euro, Madrid
talents.
Madrid were looking for Euro last season.
Yes, they were, because he has a promising talent, not because he is in the top cadre. No, there are two different things.
They signed Housing yesterday or days ago because he also is a promising
exactly. My point is,
I'm just saying that they will be in the market buying whoever they want to buy.
They cannot. No.
Guys, astronomical wage bill every week because they are Manchester United. I know they pity them for that one.
It's not about pitying them.
Sign who they want to
this
sign.
Conversation is not about pitying them.
Cunha's deal is already advanced.
Oh, for the love
they have spoken to Delap
for the love
yesterday.
of God.
Yesterday they spoke to Delap one-on-one. Now, truth is that as this thing has happened, they'll be like, okay, what do we do? We need to stop these guys' wages. They will come. Players, Man United remains the biggest club in England.
Okay,
they have that attractive
can I respond to that?
People will come. They will sign who they want to sign. They'll place them on 300k.
Can I respond to that?
So that we can go to the phone.
That Chelsea, if people keep Chelsea and Man for players that want money, they will go to Man United.
Okay.
Why did Osimhen not go to Chelsea? People they find money. Now when Man you get money, they can never be broke. When they go collect money from Glazer's family.
Here is me wondering. I'm talking about top tier talent. That's what I said. Yeah, that they will not be able to attract the top players that they need to get out of the rut that they are in. Another is mentioning Delap.
And these players. No.
Ada, hold on. I let you to speak. Hold on. You're talking Delap. Hello.
Is that
he's had one season in the league playing for freaking Ipswich, who just got relegated.
But
if we are talking,
he's a talent.
Ada, he's a talent. He's not a top tier talent. Even the Cunha we are talking about here has been a journeyman all across Europe. It's just the last 1.5 years that he's come good. Yeah, Cunha is a very good player, and I think it will be a great signing for Manchester United. But I'm talking top talent, and I use an example, Victor Osimhen. That's somebody who has scored the goals that have won Napoli the league. He has gone to Turkey. He's done exactly the same thing. That's the top tier I'm talking about. You want to attract those top tier? I'm sorry, you have to be playing in the Champions League. And I'm not talking Rory Delap or his son or all of those. Come on now.
Some of them would. Do you know what they would do? There's even an amount of money United can throw at Victor. Victor will come. You know why? With the spirit that we'll qualify for Champions League next season and go and play.
Okay. All right, let's go
Players
back to the
will come with like, okay, this season has been a mess. Let's go there with the belief that the other season will qualify for Champions League and play the football.
This season, it's been a 10-year thing.
Now it's an extra season. All right. Hello. Good evening to you.
Now money they talk.
It's okay. Hello.
Hello, Samuel.
Hi there. Good evening. 20 seconds. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Uchenta.
Samuel. I don't have anything to say about you, but this will do the honor next week. So that the job
Nadia, your consolation day. Okay. All right. We're going to leave you for house. No worry. We will get serious business. Hello. Good evening to you.
Hello, SV.
Hi there. Good evening.
Yeah. Adezi. Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome.
Good evening.
Hi.
Yeah, I kind of disagree with you, seriously. You know, some players have that passion of playing for a club that is doing well in Europe. They have that envy. I don't know if you notice it.
They're not up to 10, no. They're not even up to 5 as we speak. They're not up to 5.
Let me bring you there. What would be in the case of Osimhen? Watching other clubs in England playing in Europe, and it comes to United and they are not playing in Europe.
It's just a tiny fraction. Osimhen is just the tiniest fraction.
You were there when Cristiano Ronaldo was even complaining about the equipment.
Does that stop players from making plenty money?
No.
It doesn't stop anything.
All right, so we can take other calls. All right, so wrap it up so we can take other calls.
Players that want to, that passion level, they don't reach 5, my brother.
All right.
They don't reach 5.
Thank you so much. Guys, don't forget, don't let Man United's brokenness pinch you away from winning money. One place giving away money. Star 347, star 88. Wait till me the code again.
You have to do that.
Star 347, star 880, star 3 hash.
All right, that's it. That's how you can play from a mobile phone, or go to the website www.oneplay. How many W's did I mention? www.oneplay.ng. Hello, good evening to you. Turn off your radio set. All right, thank you.
Yes, Sam, just to come in here, again, star 347, star 880, star 3 hash, the code you can use to play, on the website, www.oneplay.ng. 40K for several winners on the show tonight. And that will take me to the fact that we should have winners on Sunday too, when Femi and the Gang steps out for an exciting time for the final day of the Premier League season, as we bring our all-star train to Ifako. We'll be live at 7th Heaven Lounge and Bar, 121 to 125 Iju Road, Ifako.
I thought
right
you were
here in
saying
Lagos.
testing the mic 1 2 1 2.
Okay, like 121, natural 121 to 125. Oh shit, 1 2 1 2. Mic check. Zzz, zzz. People, they always talk things when I give them a mic like that. So we're going to be live at 7th Heaven Lounge and Bar, 121 to 125 Iju Road, Ifako here in Lagos on Sunday, May 25 from 3:30 p.m. to have fun with you as all 10 games kick off simultaneously. Certainly the star match will be that Chelsea-Nottingham Forest fixture. And there will be live commentary at the venue from Femi and the gang, plus exciting games, cash prizes, and drinks to be won, as well as gifts from our partners, Hollandia, who will be giving us their support. So some giveaways, courtesy of Hollandia, coming through there, alongside money that Femi and the gang will have to give you as well. So don't miss out on the fun. See you on Sunday, May 25 from 3:30 p.m. at 7th Heaven Lounge and Bar, 121 to 125 Iju Road, Ifako. It's live football just the way you like it. I spoke to the guys earlier today, Sam, and they're ready for us. It's a rooftop bar, the party go too sweet. So see you guys there, man. 7th Heaven Lounge and Bar.
Sorry for Wuno to go.
Every day is
All right. And there's also the Goal Fest coming up on the 31st of May. Guys, the tickets are available for you to be part of that one. Free tickets at www.goalfestnigeria.com. And there's an important information leading up to that final, courtesy of Femi and the gang, and it's happening online on X. Do follow Femi and the gang and Nigerian for Crossboard to get all the information, but we will serve you that one here as well tonight on the show.
There's fan battle.
Yeah, and there's fan, like we have.
Yeah, we have so much lined up for the fans, man.
We have so much. There's the Club World Cup to come. So we don't have an off season.
There's WAFCON.
We don't have an off season to go. I mean, that's why we're here. That's why we're here to serve you. And we always come bearing gifts for you. So your off season is guaranteed to be filled with entertainment.
You don't even know when August go reach Premier League.
Like, it will start again. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. 2 more calls. Your thoughts on WhatsApp are plenty. I'll try to read as many as we can. Then we have to. So I wanted to talk about Victor Osimhen, and I think I'm going to do so. Fama has just mentioned something. Ada has too. I want to ask a question I asked earlier. The ramifications of that move to Galatasaray, because we're there again. That thing where that boy find good Turkey because of money. It's Samuel thinking. Anyway, we're gonna understand that one better, because I think it was a big mistake. Hello, good evening to you. It's not even about that. It's about him spending 6 months somewhere he's not supposed to be. Good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah, Samuel. Good morning. Sorry.
You be Man U fan.
Nah, Man U fan. I be the same Man U they do.
Sorry.
Can you believe it? Good evening to Chuma, Adeze, and Ifoma.
Welcome.
Yeah, good evening. See, the problem for me is not the coach. For me, now that players. Sam, you remember I've been telling you I don't like Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, and I wonder why.
I don't like him. I don't know why. I don't. What did Bruno Fernandes do yesterday?
What did the rest of the United players do?
Let me tell you the truth. The way I see Bruno Fernandes is a good scorer. He creates, but he cannot break down defense.
That's the joint top scorer in the Europa League this season. You know that.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. He scored. How many goals did he score for penalties?
No, be part of game.
So na part of game, but Ronaldo go score penalty. They talk say na penalty they score.
Penaldo.
But anyway, I don't like Bruno Fernandes. I just want him to leave that thing personally.
All right.
I just want him to leave that thing.
Okay. All right. Thank you for
that's
calling.
For me. Thank you.
I appreciate you.
The implication of United's financial system could mean selling Bruno Fernandes.
In fact, let them
captain.
I'm telling you.
Really?
I'm telling you.
Why would he do that?
He has said he wants to stay. But I'm telling you that the implication of the mess that they are in financially, they would have to. Obviously, Garnacho is going. That's why he even said what he said yesterday. He knows. He knows. The manager has said the man at Aston Villa is not in his plans. That one is also going to go. One way or the other, the loss of revenue they are going to get from from not being in the Champions League and the whole PSR issues they have because of how they've been spending over time would mean that they would need to sell. Players.
There are lots of other players that could attract big money for them.
I think that Sam.
It's up to them.
I think that why they are crying for that 80 million or 100 million jackpots yesterday is to add to what their spree would be. Like they need to add to it. I don't even understand.
Yeah.
Not like because 80 million is just maybe they can even use just one player. Not like the 80 million will just solve all of that. So they just want this to balance book so that the PSR would somehow look away from them and be like, okay, so the pressure is back on United. Everybody's going to look at their books. How many players have you sold? How many have you bought? So, like, money will go help us. Not like the entire season is dependent on that money. Money will suppose help us now. We don't go mess them up.
All right. Let's quickly look at Tottenham.
But they have money. Nami Tokam.
Okay.
They can never merchandise. Man United are the biggest club. English football anywhere.
They follow Radcliffe corner.
Honestly,
anyway,
they have money.
Chuma, let's talk about the ramifications of because I think it's a poison chalice. Yesterday's trophy was
same Radcliffe. I thought if they were still spending as they were spending, they would have been broke before the end of last year.
Leave that make he talk the whole day amount.
Same Radcliffe that they had to cut.
May they go home,
they had to cut giving lunch to staff of the team because they don't have money to fund it anymore.
Okay, so let's talk Spurs. Ange Postecoglou, I felt whatever is applicable to United is also applicable to Spurs. Spurs have a trophy after 17 years. They are in the Champions League, but it remains a poison chalice. It remains paper over the cracks for them, like we mentioned with United. Tottenham's season has been really terrible, and I'm the one even playing it. Tottenham's season have been really terrible, and for some reason, all of that is been forgotten in the wake of a trophy yesterday. Is Ange in the clear going into next season?
He is, and he was asked that question after the game last night, and he said, "Hey, this is a project. I'm in here for this." And realistically, if Spurs, and that's the funny thing about football, right? 90 minutes can change everything. If Spurs lost the Europa League final, there's no thinking twice. Leave this team straight away, because again, this has been a shambolic, embarrassing season for Tottenham Hotspur. We've spoken so much about how Solanke, their squad, is because of the fact that they've had their own fair share of injury challenges across the entirety of the season, but the capitulation. And again, they were just like Manchester United. Look at their last set of games. They've been losing games consistently in the last set of weeks because it felt like they had switched to focus on the Europa League. So 90 minutes has transformed things for him. And I'm going to say this very key, which is why he will remain, Sam, and there's no reason to think of letting the man go. He said something when he was speaking to Rio Ferdinand and co at the end of that game. And it's true that for a Tottenham Hotspur, finishing third or even second, he said third, but I'm going to add to that. If they finished second in the Premier League this season and did not win a trophy, it would have been better for Tottenham to win the Carabao Cup, right? And finish 16th in the league than finishing second in the league and not win anything.
That whole talk about
they had to banish it. The point for Spurs was Spurs had gone beyond. So now we're talking about Manchester United, right? And how Foma spoke about the priority for them being getting to the Champions League. Of course, it's a good thing if United win a trophy. But for United, get to the Champions League, get the money that comes out of it. For Tottenham Hotspur, beyond getting to the Champions League, for them it was about let's break that dog.
The curse.
It's a mental psychological issue. I have to sound like tautology, mental and then psychological too. And he made that point. So the fact that he's broken that dog, this is a sport who've had Jose Mourinho come in. Yes, he took them to an EFL Cup final, was sacked before the final. They did not win that. This is a Spurs who, since after that victory in 2008, it's not been an absence of trying. They have gotten to semi-finals of competitions. They've even gotten to UEFA Champions League final in 2019, but lost to Liverpool. All those things count for nothing. My head of sports in Port Harcourt back then, Kalela, will say something about Bayer Leverkusen. They went from winning a treble, potentially, to winning a Nobel. How many times do we talk about Bayer Leverkusen, except when we're talking about failure? That Leverkusen side that could have won a treble in 2002. Lost. Were several points ahead in the Bundesliga. Final set of games of the season, they lost out just like Ajax did in the Dutch Eredivisie this time. Lost in the Champions League final to Real Madrid. Lost, of course, their cup too. All of these in the space of a fortnight or so. So that was it for Spurs. And in fact, I dare say that for some Spurs fans, if they had gotten relegated, that's too extreme though. But they would have taken it if they were a Wigan, win a trophy and get relegated. True. But let them just break that dog that they have won a trophy. So that's enough to paper any cracks in this team as to Ange being given a chance to handle the side for next season. Now, when they get into next season, he also mentioned that Daniel Levy told him something when Levy brought him as coach. Levy said, we've had winners here and they've still not won anything for us. So just come and do something for us. And he's done it. So he's bought enough time. When we said that the goal that Kai Havertz scored for Chelsea, even if it doesn't look like Chelsea fans have appreciated him enough. But yeah, there's certain things you do as a player or as a coach for a team that has cleaned your sins for a while to come. And that's it for Ange. He will remain without any iota of doubt. Now the team also has to back him. Levy himself has been blamed by so many sports fans who've said, Daniel Levy, perhaps you're the wrong man to run this team. You need to let us have this team as it should be, because it's quite a stringent man financially and otherwise. So they have to look at their books as Tottenham Hotspur and decide the way forward. But we know that injuries were part of the encumbrance that they faced this season, and certainly a few names have to come into that team too. I don't know how much longer Madison can be the star man in midfield, for example. Dominic Solanke can score goals, we know, but you're going to look at yourself and ask yourself as a sports fan, what's the next level? The next level will be to get back into the top 10 and then have a decent showing in the UEFA Champions League.
Talking about Postecoglou, he's gotten £2 million as a bonus from Dan Levy for the Europa League success.
Wow. Sam Levy is going to lift Tottenham Hotspur. They're going to sack him. Now, it actually tells
Levy or Ange?
Ange, I beg your pardon. Ange is going to leave. They're going to sack him. That decision has been made with or without the Europa League. But now, it makes Tottenham Hotspur back at where Manchester United were last season. Last season of Eric Ten Hag, where he won the FA Cup, right? And then they were almost going to sack him. As soon as he won that FA Cup, emotions and sentiment. If he can steer them to winning the FA Cup, that means maybe he needs a preseason. And that's even why Manchester United are where they are today. The decision to allow him to go through preseason, few matches in the Premier League, then you now sacked him. So Spurs don't want to be in that emotional ride. This man has lost 21 Premier League games. I'm a big fan of Ange. I'm looking at it from the Spurs POV right now. Ange is going to get sacked. Not because he's not good enough, but whatever reason it is, he has the last laugh.
All right, let's go on a break. We will be right back.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know? Did you know?
Did you know? Your dose of facts. We bet you never knew. Right here on Nigeria Info 99.3.
Did you know? Chainsaws were first invented for childbirth. They were developed in Scotland in the late 18th century to help aid and speed up the process of symphysiotomy, which is the widening of the pubic cartilage and the removal of disease-laden bone during childbirth.
Another piece of the puzzle now revealed. Keep questioning, keep listening, only on Nigeria Info 99.3.
Attention, Airtel customers. If your line has been blocked, then this is for you. Head to the nearest Airtel shop with your NIN. Our friendly staff will help you get your line back up and running. Don't let a blocked line keep you out of touch.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
This taste na banga, this taste na creamy rich, this taste na new Nescafe, original 3-in-1. Thickness, enjoyment, yumminess, happiness, delightfulness, deliciousness, smoothness. This taste na new Nescafe, original 3-in-1.
Enjoy more creamy richness with the new Nescafe Original 3-in-1 in the new pack. That's strong, finish strong.
Hello, Mrs. Martins.
Yes. Oh, Mrs. Johnson, how may I help you?
Junior's body temperature is high and he's complaining about headaches and body aches.
Not to worry. Get Bruston and suspension.
Okay, ma. I'll call you back.
Bruston and Suspension for Children is a sweet-tasting brand of ibuprofen which provides relief against toothache, pains, and fever in children after 30 minutes.
Hello, ma. Oh, Junior, stop that.
Is everything okay, Mrs. Johnson?
Yes, ma. Junior is fine now. In fact, Junior, sorry, ma. I'll call you back.
Brustin and Suspension for Children. Always take the product after meal. If symptoms persist after 2 days, consult your doctor. A quality product from Rambaxay.
No more stress, we dey buy big life. Build your future, no regrets. I invest, not show collect. Grow your wealth, no delay. I invest, oh yeah, the future. I invest, your money never darling. I invest, once your savings rising. I invest, no time to waste.
Are you tired of chasing the bag? It's time to get it right away. With iInvest, Nigeria's leading platform for wide varieties of financial products. You can access fixed deposits, treasury bills, equities, and more right at your fingertips. Visit i-investng.com today to get started. iInvest is powered by Parthian Partners, a SEC-regulated capital market operator. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Please consult with an investment advisor.
Everyone says I'm beautiful and bold. They say I'm fashionable, and to crown it up, very confident. And my secret is...
People say I'm good looking, funny, hardworking, and to crown it up, very confident. And my secret is...
So whether in the office or at home,
in the streets or on the dance floor,
anytime, any day, I never lose my confidence. And the secret to my confidence is Wazobia perfume.
Absolutely. Wazobia perfume gives the authenticity and long-lasting fragrance all day. That's my secret confidence.
Wazobia perfume is available in body spray.
Also available in supermarkets and markets near you. Wazobia perfume, the correct scent.
Meals have a way of taking us on a journey. And when you add plenty of vegetables like efo, ugu, and season with the rich taste of North seasoning cubes, even better.
So, go ahead and elevate your meals with more vegetables and the rich taste of Knorr cubes. Today, eat for good.
Mr. Teacher, please, what happens when children come to school? How is it that they leave home very neat and return looking so different?
Non-stop action, ma. All the learning and sports burn energy. So those sweat stains, dirty uniforms and shoes, they show that your kid has been very active.
Now, wow.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo!
It's amazing how your child grows up before your eyes. Enable their thriving development and the care they need with the new NanKid 4 with HMOs to support your child's development, probiotics to help your child's digestion and development, and high-quality proteins to support age-appropriate growth. And all of these work together to support your child's development and growth today and tomorrow. NanKid 4. Nourish your child's potential.
Charlatan, quality anti-malaria, contains Artemisa and lumefantrine, available in cherry-flavored dispersible tablets with very convenient dosing for kids. Charlatan is also available in tablets for adults. Knock out malaria in 3 days with Charlatan from Shalina Healthcare. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor.
Charlatan is endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association. When it comes to winning, I get power plenty.
The power to win bigger day your hand with BetKing Bet Builder. Download BetKing app. Register with promo code FreeBets. Make you enjoy 100 Naira instant bonus. Terms and conditions apply. Not for persons under 18 years. Play responsibly.
Hey guys, there's great food, amazing people, lively music. Yeah, but the vibe is missing.
I know what this party needs. Bartender, it's time for Seagram's Imperial Black Whiskey.
Okay, sir.
Guys, this is the vibe of Niger. Cheers! Every celebration needs an Imperial Black Whiskey. Seagram's Imperial Black Whiskey celebrates the vibe of Niger. Not for pregnant women and persons under the age of 18. Drink responsibly.
Now so I did on my own. Now a message enter my phone. Fiam. I can't click Fiam. Now so my money for account go. Fiam. Hey, if to say na Airtel you dey use, them for first alert you before you click Airtel they identify spammers, then alert them customers with AI powered service to make sure say you no fall mugu for wuruwuru scam messages. No charges, no subscription needed. Me self they go join Airtel. Fiam.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire, their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight, each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher, the battle returns and it's full of fire. Grand Battle 4 with Femi and the Gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Then step right up. It's time for more.
Fan Battle 4 starts Tuesday, June 3rd through July from 7 p.m. weekdays on Nigeria Info.
Fan Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, it's game on.
What's up, Lagos? It's time to turn up. Drinkfest Lagos is coming to set your vibe on fire. Join us on May 30th and May 31st, 2025 at Landmark Event Center, Victoria Island, Lagos. Get ready for a drink showcase like no other. Live entertainment, music, and festive vibes. Meet the masters behind your favorite sips and indulge in all the best drinks Nigeria has to offer. We've got an incredible lineup. DJ Neptune, DJ KY's, Ultimate Sounds, DJ Bone Marrow, and DJ Beast will keep you dancing all night long. Plus, GKB circus characters and Tribe One performance will have you mesmerized. And hosting the festivities will be the dynamic duo of D.O. to the T.U.N., the Energy God, and Melody Not MIA. Don't miss out on the fun. Get your tickets now at https://tix.africa or follow at DrinkFestLag on Instagram and X or DrinkFest Lagos on TikTok and Facebook for all the exciting updates. Remember, Drinkfest Lagos is for 18 plus only. Drink and enjoy responsibly. It's going to be 2 incredible days of drinks, culture, and entertainment. You won't want to miss this. Get your tickets now and join the fun. Let's make this a night to remember. Drinkfest Lagos is coming, and it's going to be lit.
Hi guys, I'm Peter Drury, football commentator, and you are hanging out with Femi and the Gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Lagos, are you looking for the right path to live, work, or study abroad without losing your funds to unscrupulous travel agencies? Or are you looking for funds to finance your overseas plans? If yes, don't miss out on this exclusive opportunity. Reserve your seat for the premium Jakpa seminar hosted by Uzo Ododoba of Wazobia FM. Don't miss out on the opportunity to gain valuable insights, access travel loans, learn proven strategies, get insider tip, network with industry leaders, one-on-one discussions with seasoned travel agents, and take the next steps towards your travel goals. Date, Saturday, 31st of May, 2025. Time, 12 noon prompt. Please do be punctual. Venue, ITF Building, 5th floor, Funsha Williams Avenue, Ipori, Costain, Lagos. Access fee, 20,000 Naira. Admit 1 person, please. For seat reservations and further inquiries, please contact us on 0802-383-1303 or 0802-377-0699. One more time, for seat reservation and further inquiries, please contact us on 0802-383-1303 or 0802-377-0699. Hurry! Secure your spot. Seats filling up fast. This event is powered by Strong Voice Media and proudly supported by Wazobia FM, Cool FM, and Nigeria Info. Note, we know they give visa.
Hi everyone, Martin Tyler here, English Premier League commentator, UEFA Champions League commentator, and assistant manager of Woking Football Club. You're listening to Femi and the Gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info FM.
38 minutes down 8 p.m. on the news. in the last couple of minutes on the BBC from England is that yes, Manchester United are sure on Ruben Amorim and they are ready to back him in the transfer market to get things better for next season after that loss in the Europa League final yesterday to Tottenham Hotspur. And also, just in the last couple of minutes as well, maybe an hour now, we hear that Barcelona are interested in Marcus Rashford and Diaz as well for themselves. And of course, Luka Modric is set to leave Real Madrid after the Club World Cup, which happens in the off-season. So those are some of the big stories coming through in the world of sports right now in the world of football. So Manchester United fans, congratulations, I guess, is in order. The pain continues for another season under Ruben Amorim.
Can't beef talk with this.
Under Ruben Amorim, but hey, I guess it's something in the right direction of some sort. I mean, continuity, they say. What's the wrong with continuing with what you're doing? At least to build something for themselves. But let's go on to WhatsApp messages before y'all murder me. Vector says, all right, this is not for me. This one says, good evening, Sam, Adeza, and everyone in the studio. Please, they should leave Onana alone. What happened to United players were their legs tied to a table? Why didn't Man United players score their own goal? They are just looking for someone to blame. I know Onana is not a good goalkeeper, but for yesterday's game, he should not be blamed. Uche from Aoyaya sending in that message. All right. God forbid Onana to be a Chelsea Bao boss. No repeat mo. Whoever said that?
No way here I'm from.
All right. Good SVA. This one says Adeze Ofoma and Chuma. Do you know that if Man City is beating on Saturday, they will not make Champions League next season? This is Shegun from Ogun State. Well, there's a possibility that one happens if the other teams
There's also a
win.
possibility they don't win and still make it.
They still make it as well. Yeah, it just depends on results going their way.
Just draw at least.
Yeah, they need just at least a point.
A point to qualify. The good thing is everybody going into that game has their destinies in their own hands. All right. Good evening, Mr. Samuel, Mr. Except Aston Villa and Nottingham Forest. Yeah, they have to win and hope results go their way. Mr. Samuel, Mrs. Adeze Chuma. They say you're married. And I'm married to Mr. Samuel, Mrs. Adeze Chuma, and Mr. Ofoma. My name is Mike, texting from Abule Egba. Well, for me, the problem of Man United isn't Onana. Yes, he contributed to the goals being put in the net. But Man United don't have any good defense. Their defense is nothing to write home about. It says you guys are doing a great job. Thank you so much for your text. This one says, good day. Good morning, Nigerians. Peter Obibi Bao. Ufoma, Amorim is a bad coach. He is too rigid in his approach to all United games. He is not good enough for United. He should leave. Period. Peter from Ijesha says.
I don't think he's a bad coach. I just think, unlike Orange yesterday, who has told us he would die on his High Line Hill
philosophy.
But we've seen across Europe this season that he sort of tried to tweak and try to be conservative.
Yeah.
That's what makes you a better coach. When plan A is not working, you try and look for B, C, or D. But Amorim is, I must play my three at the back, whether I need to play it or not. And I think that insistence on my way or the highway is probably what will cost him.
He's on the highway now. Good evening, guys. I'm Victor from Surulere. Sam, Amorim came to United in December, not January.
November, actually.
So even worse.
And then during international break, I will never forget. During international break, we were waiting for him to. He came in like 7 days before the end of international break, and then when the guys came back, he now took charge of his first game.
All right.
Right.
Kewa Lensky says many footballers not think of themselves more of celebrities than a sportsman. Not sure I get you there. Man United need a coach that will let them understand that they are big because they play for Man United. A coach should demand from them.
I think his point is that they get carried away seeing themselves as superstars, forgetting that their primary role is to be footballers.
This last message you read now, I think is for me is a bit of a problem. You need to come to the realization of where you are. You need to accept that things done bad if you want to go up again. You see this what's the word now? This belief that oh, we are Manchester United. You are 16th place. No. Let's be honest with ourselves. You are 16, and there's a reason you are 16.
3 seasons ago, they would have been relegated. 3 seasons ago, 39 points would have been relegated.
Because of how bad the 3 teams that are relegated are, that United are getting a pass. So you need to get, yes, arguably the second in terms of trophies, the second best team in England behind Liverpool. But my brother, you are the 16th place team. You need to accept that reality and not start aiming for a top 4 finish next season. Find a way and, okay, can I get into the top 7, top 8? Start from there, build your way. If it comes for you, all fine and good. I use Arsenal as an example. The first season, 2 seasons ago, when they challenged for the title, just the World Cup year, it was not the plan. Nobody saw it coming. It was not the plan. It was way ahead of plan. If that kind of thing happens for you, all fine and good. But know your place and know that,
and accept it.
I'm not at this point in time. Newcastle have a better squad. At this point in time, you could argue Aston Villa
Palace
are better. I don't maybe not so much as Palace, maybe not so much, but know your place and know that in this hierarchy there are so many teams that are way better. We need to find a way and slowly come up and not start thinking, oh, we are Manchester United, next season we are going to win the Premier League.
And the funny thing, if Amorim is going to if they're going to stick with him, he doesn't even need this summer alone. He needs up to 2 or 3 years to make Man United
unfortunately, but that's the truth.
He doesn't even need this summer for a miracle.
Okay.
But he needs to start showing signs of improvement. Now, I don't have an issue with a manager sticking with philosophies. What has made top coaches and top managers is because they stuck to something. They believe in something. You don't keep, moving today, you change to yellow, tomorrow you change to black. But however, I'm asking myself and every other person here on the broadcast, and Legoshans, is that direction he wants to go to? Is it the right one? If it's the right direction, then Amorim, you are welcome.
Okay.
That is what we're asking now.
Taya from Aja says, for school, I'm disappointed that you didn't call me in 2019 or so for Seaway. After all money now water, Man United is so broke that Chelsea is now prepared to collect money for Mount, appearing in the final allegedly. Yeah, they get some sort of 2.5
those ones they sabi do business well.
Euro was sold at an inflated price, he says.
Exactly, because of the price and the money they promised Euro. That's why Euro came.
Okay.
And the same promise, the same money to other players. They will come. They are Manchester United.
Good evening,
for money.
everyone in the studio. I beg, are that top tier talent different from upcoming talent on
Help me tell how.
Use players like Bastoni to compel any Euro. I beg you.
I'm talking top tier talent. She's telling me Lenny Euro. I don't understand.
I'm just telling you that.
No play to
that for the fact that the player himself rejected Madrid and chose United.
Oh, please.
Let's
leave all that fan. Let's leave all that fan. Oh, he rejected.
No, but eventually, where did he go to?
Leave that talk. You and I know. We know.
Okay,
we've watched football enough to know that if Euro continues with the impact that we hope he will get in his career, he will end up at Real Madrid. Some players like to go to somewhere that has less pressure or where they are guaranteed to play regularly as opposed to the biggest teams. Choosing Manchester United over Real Madrid really doesn't make any difference at this point in time.
It makes a difference because United know how to swim people around.
It's okay.
Will come.
All right, Chuma, please confirm. Someone's asking, Chuma, it's Iju Road Ifako Ijaye, so people don't think it's Ifako in Bagada.
Oh yeah,
thanks, Kingsley.
Yeah.
All right.
Like now, you saw this team pass to Kingsley.
Is it Agege?
Yes, it's Agege Axis. Is that
Axis? It's Ifako Ijaye. Yeah. By the way, again, one play still activated, guys. Sam getting ready for the draw. Star 347, star 880, star 3 hash. That's star 347, star 880, star 3 hash. The code you can use to play is just 500 naira for each entry of yours. Of course, 40k each, available for several winners to win on the show tonight. You can use the website www.oneplay.ng. That's www.oneplay.ng. And when you play, just go with the Nigerian for option and stay close to your phone, because when time they make those calls, you can't miss your blessing like that. But best time to mention again the fact that Faji are stepping out this Sunday, the final day of the Premier League season, to hang out with you with our Faji All-Star Train outing, the last one. And this one is extra because I looked at the bag of goodies that Hollandia have brought for us to come with to Ifako. Ijaye, as someone put it, which is the right way, really. So get ready for that one. We're coming through to 7th Heaven Lounge and Bar, 1212125 Iju Road, Ifako, Ijaye, here in Lagos on Sunday, May 25. 3:30 p.m. is when we'll activate the fund for you, as we have all 10 games kicking off simultaneously. There'll be live commentary at the venue from 5G, plus exciting games, cash prizes, and drinks to be won, with all the goodies too coming through from our partners, Hollandia. So take note again. I know it can be confusing for a few persons. That's why it's nice that guy sent that message on WhatsApp. It's Ifako Ijaye, 7th Heaven Lounge and Bar, 1212125 Iju Road. Hope I see you guys there on Sunday.
All right, if Ako in Egypt is where we are coming to. So guys, making a date with us this weekend. We're out on the field and we're also in the studio for you. We go anywhere the action, so we can serve it to you. I've got messages I'd love for you to hear again, but let me take one or two more of your thoughts. And of course, we get back. We're going to be talking about the Super Eagles of Nigeria, Eric Shell, all of this madness of the European season coming to an end by the weekend. And then we come back to domestic talk, which is Eric Shell and the Super Eagles of Nigeria. The list is out for the Unity Cup, where Nigeria play Ghana and also play Jamaica or the other opponents. I've forgotten. TNT, Trinidad and Tobago. And of course, well, let's see what Eric Shell is released in terms of personnel to prosecute that one. And also we'll be looking at Pep Guardiola and Kevin De Bruyne, where is it a little too soon for Kevin to be leaving? No. That's a question I'd love to ask as well for my just answer. So maybe we might scratch that conversation. And then we'll look at Eden Hazard to Real Madrid, or what's his name now? Alexis Sanchez to Manchester United. Which of them two transfers is the worst? Yeah, if you were to pick one as the most that should never have happened kind of moment, which would you pick of that two transfers? I'd like to hear your thoughts on that. And also we're looking at the IFFHS list of all-time greats, where Lionel Messi is tipped ahead of Diego Armando Maradona. And I thought that's a travesty. But we'll talk about that as well. But let me take some of your thoughts coming through. My name is Ahmad.
Stop being a travesty on December 20th.
He won the World Cup before that guy did
December
as well.
20th, 2022. That's the day he stopped being a travesty.
That nobody else has done. We're just giving this guy too much credit than he deserves, please.
I know you're a hater. The Chelsea in you just came out in full force.
Please. Just 2 Champions League titles and you regard him as one of the best ever.
It's not 2 champions, it's 4.
Oh, it's 4.
It's 4. It's not 2.
Still yet, it's
more.
Nothing.
See, let me tell you how good he is. All the times, 11 years or thereabout, Cristiano Ronaldo spent in Spain, he only won 2 league titles.
He won it.
Ronaldo.
He won it. That's
2.
all. He won it. That's
in
all.
11.
He won it. That's all that.
The other person just made sure he grabbed.
It was their dominant era. Good luck to them.
That's the point. He made it their dominant era.
Making go score 935 goals if easy. He's saying what from Agbado. Osimhen can go to Man United because Man United no go Champions League. Okay. I will rather let him stay at Galatasaray. This one says Daniel Macaulay rather says good evening, Femi and the gang. Good evening, everyone. My question, please. Man United is broke. How come they are number 2 in the world ranking? Rishi Club, please. Ogal for my explain to Olowo from Leary.
I've tried to explain it, and I don't know how best to explain it. Over the last months that Ineos has been in charge, we have seen the cuts that have been made because they say they don't have money. Their Adidas deal that they have, they will lose £10 million out of it because they are not in the Champions League. You need a lot of these funds to come in. It's one thing to get the funds, it's another thing to be able to spend it. At this point in time, Manchester United have to sell to be able to buy. That's the point. That when I say there was a time where if players want to, the big top players, they want to go, and United say, come to our club, they wouldn't even think twice
about that. Right
now, even people like, I'm sorry, Liam Delap has gone to Old Trafford, he has gone to Chelsea, he's trying to make a decision. Think about it. Think about this 15 years ago. A player with the kind of quality or little quality as Delap will be looking at United and say,
but it's not to suggest that they would. I mean, it was not on a large scale, but I mean, I remember Chelsea signing players from Bolton. I mean, there was Gary Cahill who left from. He was the same.
You're getting me wrong. I'm not saying you can't sign from the. I'm saying you've gone from the echelon of picking the best out there.
That's one of those cases as well. Now
it's because of where they are right now. Now that's what I'm saying.
And then I'm asking, but it used to happen then as well, where they go there and pick these players as well. They turn out to be great.
They used to buy the very best.
Do you know that Manchester United
used to buy the very best? Should I give you a history? Should I give you a history?
But at the time, we never knew they were good. Well, there was signs to show that they would be the best, right? But they were coming.
Who?
Like United never signed players from Everton or where? They signed Saha from where?
Hold on. Why did you jump Wayne Rooney to go to Saha?
No, there's a case for Saha to be made as well.
Those are squad players. Saha did not come to United as the number one.
Berbatov?
Exactly. How much did they pay for the Berbatov?
Carrick who came from Spurs.
How much?
$8 million that year.
Yeah.
At that time, it was a lot of money.
Like 90.
I'm talking paying 30 million and smashing records for Rio Ferdinand, for Wayne Rooney, for Roy Keane. 1.5 million at the it's not money now. 1.5 million back in 25 years ago was the world record. Now, can they do that now?
In fact, you know that we don't even have so many top.
That's the question.
Players anymore.
90 million.
Do you understand? Can they do that now?
Is it the price? Is it the price or the player? Let's not deviate.
I'm talking both. I'm talking both ways. I'm talking both ways.
In fact,
I'm talking
the price
both
can
ways.
never be a problem. And remember, there are clubs that have more. Newcastle are the richest club in England. But
Can they spend?
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Mommy, you want to watch YouTube? Not my phone again. Every time YouTube. Mommy, you want to watch YouTube? You want to watch YouTube? Not with my phone. Go and watch TV. What? There's no YouTube on our TV. That's before. With the new Airtel Smart Router, for just 25,000 naira, you can watch YouTube and more on any TV, even our own TV. Really? Yay! Thank you, Mommy. Oh, you're welcome.
Turn any TV into a smart TV with the Airtel Smart Router and watch Nollywood movies, football, and lots more on YouTube with unlimited data for 30 days. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
What can your bank do for you? Meet Jane, 25 years old. She's been having troubles acquiring a loan from her bank.
This is not okay at all. I've been on this queue forever, and you're saying I should fill another form. What's going on?
What can your bank do for you? Meet Frank, 27 years old, held up in traffic and making fruitless transactions.
Mama, I have saved the airtime, even the electricity charges. I don't know why it's so difficult making this payment.
Introducing Safri, a lifestyle digital bank that's designed just for you. With one click, you can make easy and fast payment transactions, pay bills, and even acquire easy loans. Hurry and download the Safri app on your Play Store. Visit safrisafri.com for more information. Safri, borderless banking.
All right. Business meeting in Banjul on Monday, then back to Lagos for the family dinner on Tuesday. Oh, can't wait for the boat cruise in Banjul on Wednesday. And then Friday, I will...
Hold up, all in 1 week? Do you realize Banjul isn't just across the street?
Well, with Value Jet's new routes, it's easier than ever.
That's right. Enjoy affordable flights, reliable service, and a smooth travel experience with Value Jet from Lagos to Banjul and back. Come along and experience Banjul, the smiling coast of Africa, with us. Book now at www.flyvaluejet.com.
Value Jet. Wings for everyone.
My ions, please, can't get enough. My ions, please, give it to me now. It go rehydrate you, yeah. Replenish your ions with Pocari Sweat. Rehydrate you faster, easy we observe. Pocari Sweat, give me some more. Pocari Sweat.
See as you just dey cash out steady. Abeg, come
soap for your body now. Make I fit do better thing like you.
My guy, now better no drop update. Oh, hey. Just refer your party them and both of una go get 1,000 naira free bet each.
Eh? Just like that?
Yes, so.
Oh yeah, oh, share your code with your people. Make una start the win. Better no. The game don't start to. You not go fit play if you never reach a team. Play responsibly. Terms and conditions apply.
Exciting games, music, dance, and fun for every family.
Join us for the second edition of the Kids FM Festival, happening June 1st, 2025 at Balmoral Convention Center, Lagos, 12 p.m. sharp.
Don't miss the fun! Don't miss the fun! Bring your brothers and sisters, your daddy and mommy, even your uncles and aunties to join this exciting moment. Even your friends aren't left out. It's the Kids FM Festival. Let's make memories that sparkle!
Register now at www.kidsfm.ng. Let the countdown begin. Proudly brought to you by Kids FM, where every kid's a star.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
What's up, Lagos? It's time to turn up. Drinkfest Lagos is coming to set your vibe on fire. Join us on May 30th and May 31st, 2025 at Landmark Event Center, Victoria Island, Lagos. Get ready for a drink showcase like no other. Live entertainment, music, and festive vibes. Meet the masters behind your favorite sips and indulge in all the best drinks Nigeria has to offer. We've got an incredible lineup. DJ Neptune, DJ KYs, Ultimate Sounds, DJ Bone Marrow, and DJ Beast will keep you dancing all night long. Plus, GKB circus characters and Tribe One performance will have you mesmerized. And hosting the festivities will be the dynamic duo of DO to the TUN, the Energy God, and Melody Not MIA. Don't miss out on the fun. Get your tickets now at https://tix.africa or follow at DrinkFestLag on Instagram and X or DrinkFest Lagos on TikTok and Facebook for all the exciting updates. Remember, Drinkfest Lagos is for 18 plus only. Drink and enjoy responsibly. It's going to be 2 incredible days of drinks, culture, and entertainment. You won't want to miss this. Get your tickets now and join the fun. Let's make this a night to remember. Drinkfest Lagos is coming, and it's going to be lit.
Hi guys, I'm Peter Drury, football commentator, and you are hanging out with Femi and the Gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Hi everyone, Martin Tyler here, English Premier League commentator, UEFA Champions League commentator, and assistant manager of Woking Football Club. You're listening to Femi and the Gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info FM.
We made the city, the club bigger, and now they're going to take over. I wanted to play with creativity. I wanted to play with passion. I think everybody enjoyed it, and everybody has pushed me so hard from inside and outside the club to be the best version of myself. And these guys, everybody we see on the screen, and these guys in front of me, they've made me so much better than I was before. And it's been an absolute honor to play with these guys. I've made so many friends for life, and you know, we all together. We'll be back for sure soon.
On 99.3 Nigerian for the final 1 hour for us to be here, counting down to giving away money on the show, courtesy of our friends at OnePlay *347*880*3# www.oneplay.ng. Nella Furtado and Timberland bringing us back. Say it right, and that's what we're about to do, what we've been doing, and we're going to continue doing here on Nigeria Info, Femi and the Gang. You did hear the voice of Kevin De Bruyne, the man who's only second best to Brun Miguel Bosch Fernandes in my ratings, did speak about his time at Manchester City, where the boss, Pep Guardiola, did break down in tears as the Belgian midfielder waved goodbye to the Etihad Stadium following his final game there as a Citizen. The club opted against renewing his contract for next season, meaning the Belgian midfielder will depart the club after a decade that saw him win a wealth of honours, including the Champions League and 6 Premier League titles. De Bruyne, who played 421 times for the club, missed a sitter in his final game at the ground he has called home for so long, blazing his effort onto the crossbar from just yards out. But he did not let that spoil his goodbye after the match. Well, as the lights went out inside the ground, De Bruyne, alongside his wife Michelle Lacroix and their 3 children, Mason, Rome and Suri, took to the pitch for the final time as the fans sang his name, De Bruyne, De Bruyne, De Bruyne. Well,
De Bruyne. I must commend you, Sam, for how you get these pronunciations right.
Oh, God. Thank you. City players and officials gave him a guard of honor as he made his way to the center circle surrounded by fireworks and smaller lights. He stopped the clapping of the fans in attendance as Guardiola watched on. It was then he was interviewed and asked how the reception made him feel, to which he replied, very, very emotional. Is there still a player in there to play at the top level? Another top level Premier League club, maybe an Arsenal should look his way, maybe a Liverpool should look his way. I hear there's some, Salah was quoting him, I don't know if it's a joke or there's anything serious to that, about possibility of coming to Liverpool for a season, maybe a Roma somewhere, an Inter Milan somewhere, a PSG for a season. Is there something left in there? It's all gone.
There should be, actually. While I was thinking of whom I was going to speak first, but I'm just going to say this. There are not too many players in world football who have, in the last decade at least, been on Kevin De Bruyne's level in midfield. And, of course, we'll call the names. We call it Toni Kroos. We call Luka Modric. Toni Kroos decided to leave on his own terms and say, I'm done, Luka Modric has now announced today that he's going to be off at the end of the season at the age of 39 or so. And the fact that Modric could still be at Real Madrid, the greatest football club in the world, at his age and still be playing means that Kevin De Bruyne should have been given a bit of a chance to play for that for Man City. It's glaring. I could see that too from his disposition, that it looked like a man who did not want to leave. He would have still loved to be given that 1-year extension to his deal. I know a few years back, there used to be the time, looks like some teams in the Premier League are softer now in code, but there was a time where once you're over 30 as a player, clubs in the Premier League, the top clubs that age, don't give you more than a year extension. So Salah wanted same to Liverpool, that dragged, and eventually he's gotten the extension to his deal with the Reds. So I will feel that if you have a Robert Lewandowski at the age of 36 still playing for a Barcelona who are La Liga champions, and he's one of the top scorers in the La Liga this season, you have Luka Modric, who was still with Real Madrid, the greatest football club in the world, at the age of 39 or so. You had Toni Kroos, who decided to leave on his own terms from Real Madrid, then there should have been a Kevin De Bruyne still with Man City at the age of 33. He's played 27 times for them this season. Yes, he's not giving those same numbers, and perhaps that miss that hit the crossbar on Tuesday is just something that defines how he's not that same guy we knew a few years back who was at the peak of his powers. But he's still the guy that can come in from the bench and change games for Man City. So I'm stunned. I know that his wages again come into the conversation, but I'm stunned that with all of what he achieved for them, they didn't keep him for at least the season. So in direct response to your question, Sam, yes, there's still a guy who can play for a top club, as we see that miss again from De Bruyne.
So my take on this would be that, as Chuma mentioned, all of those oldies, who grew, you could argue, better as they aged. But I did not hear him mention anybody, in the Premier League in such a top club. The reason is because the pace at which the football is played in England is different from how it's played in Spain. In Spain, it's a lot more tactical, a lot more what you do with the ball, as opposed to England, where it's fast paced, let's run, and I'm sorry, Kevin De Bruyne, you can clearly see that this is not the Kevin De Bruyne that we know. Yeah, a few times, could it be possible that he, could be a second string, come from the bench, last 20 minutes? Does he want that? Would he agree to reduce his wages? I think there's a lot, in the equation. But one thing I do know about his manager, Pep Guardiola, is he's quite ruthless when it comes to this kind. He's not emotional about these things. Once he knows, man, your time is up, he moves on. I think that the one of also the reasons they didn't renew his contract was that they were banking on signing Florian Wirtz. Never mind all that press statement they put out saying that they've pulled out. I think what has happened there is that the guy just told them, I'm sorry, I'm not coming to your club. So they, went out to put out the PR to avoid it looking like... Don't embarrass us. Exactly, so... Maybe that was partly the reason. And I think that in world football, as it is right now, the closest thing to Kevin De Bruyne is Florian Wirtz. I'm not seeing, there are not too many number 10s, that have the guile, that have the vision, to pick out passes the way KDB used to do.
Are you playing?
Please tell me.
I call Ingo call now.
Not even Cole. Enzo Fernandez.
He's not a number 10 for
goodness.
He
can
please.
Not an out-and-out number 10.
Please. I'm talking Kevin De Bruyne. You mentioned Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez is more of a central midfielder.
When he sits deep, that anyway.
Exactly. I'm talking about somebody who is playing just behind the striker, who can pick those passes, unlock defenses. Well, I'm sorry if you mention Cole Palmer for me, please let's not even mention my captain, because he's been utter nonsense over the last 7-8 months. Let's not even mention him. He could have been. He was looking like he could be, but he's tailed off. They're not. My point is that there are not too many of them out there.
Could that be? Could that be because of the league he's played for? As the Premier League robbed us of a player that could have been better in the guile and class of some of these, Modric in the La Liga,
maybe
Barella in Inter Milan, all of these.
I go stone you something with this your mind. I go stone you something because it gets on my nerves every time.
Oh man.
Football evolves. I think there was a time when growing up, 4-4-2 was the in thing. Your right winger, left winger. The right winger plays with his right. The left winger plays with his left. It's evolved to the point you had 4-2-3-1. You had two defensive midfielders, and then there's an attacker in front of them. Now we're seeing a lot more of 4-3-3, where it's not really a number 10, but two number 8s. One on the right, one on the left. So we don't have so much. Cole Palmer would have been the absolute replacement for him. Unfortunately, City let him go. The man needed to play, and Chelsea have given him an 8-year contract for life.
No worry, Foden is coming. He'll step.
Which Foden?
You'll feel Foden.
Which Foden? Foden has never been that number 10, so to speak. He's been more of a goal scorer, as opposed to someone that unlocks defenses with passes. There are not too many of them out there in world football as we speak right now. So I think what City are trying to do is now that they are unable, as he feels, to get Florian Wirtz, I think what they want to do is play with two number 8s. So that's why they're looking at Tijani Reinders at AC Milan, who will be an absolute steal if they sign him. Man is a workhorse. So have Reinders on one side of the 8 and maybe have Foden on the other side. So I think that's what. And then of course have the Ballon d'Or winner until we get another one. Just behind them. So maybe that could substitute.
See your guy by your
for
Jack Grealish. I did joke. Jack Grealish. No.
That one is going to be sold. That one will be sold. His time is up at City. See, we're all talking about United and all the other teams. City themselves are in such a problematic situation because after they won the treble, or just before they won the treble, they have not been replenishing that team as they should. And a lot of people will go up and tell you, oh, it's Rodri's injury. It goes beyond. Rodri's injury is a key factor, but it goes beyond Rodri's injury. A lot of the players, Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, KDB, that midfield has gone old. Then the wingers they have are not productive. Unfortunately, there's no Riyad Mahrez, who can take on a player, whipping across.
Chief of Lego
Doku. I'm sorry, Doku has been a disappointment. I'm sorry, Doku. I had high regards for Silvinho. Maybe I'll cut him some slack. It's his first season in a new league, so I'll cut him some slack and see what goes out. But City's wingers are almost not doing anything. Almost not doing anything. So that's a problem. That's why they spend almost 200 million in January. And trust me, they're going to spend another 200 or 250 million this summer because they know that the team needs another 3 or 4 players. Now the people who want to spend money, now man you won't follow them, the drag players for transfer market.
All right, so that's what it is for Pep Guardiola and Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, I was going to even make a case for, I don't know if it fits the bill, one of them PSG monsters, those 3 devils in midfield.
No, I think he should go to Italy. I think Italy will suit him. The pace in the Italian league is not there. The Italian league is not about pace. Again, that's another place where it's more about tactics. It's more about, you give me your own, I give you your own. It's more tactical. So you don't need all of that too much running. And because he has the vision, he might not have the legs, but the mind is still there. I think it will work well for him. I've heard that there's a deal on the table from Napoli. There's also another deal from the US. If I were him, I go take Napoli because I still think there's 1 or 2 years, that he can still give us in Europe.
All right. So what do you make of the conversation, guys? Kevin De Bruyne, do you think he has it to still play in top level Europe, mainstream Europe, more like for Napoli, for instance, maybe a Liverpool? We'll take him to play on the bench, come on some Carabao Cup games at Chelsea, and maybe do the magic, send us to finals and all of that. But there's still something there for. He was there. He didn't do it first time. Who says he would do it second time? Just making a big part player at Chelsea. But phone lines open for you: 0201 277 0993, 0201 465 7190. I have information you can use. All about the first Lagos Capital Power Symposium, which is happening on Saturday, the 24th of May, 2025, from 10 a.m. and also at 2 p.m. This event empowers individuals to reach their full potential through mentorship, training, and financial leverage. Well, interested in attending? Text YES, that's YES, to 0913 888 5248. Take that number again, 0913 888 5248 for more details and the event location. Again, it's all about the Lagos Capital Power Symposium happening on Saturday, the 24th of May 2025 at 10 a.m. and also at 2 p.m. 27709930201465790. Don't forget *347 *880 *3 hash www.oneplay.ng to get some money for yourself. Hello there, good evening to you.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Thomas. I'm wine.
Hi there, good evening.
Yeah, good evening to the guys in the studio there.
Welcome.
Yeah, and today that your 200k. You know go see am o, just dey play. No go see that your 200k, but I pray say you see am, sha. You go see am. No, you go see am. For the head of Mr. Samuel, you go see that 200k. No worry.
All right, they play.
Yeah, they play. Oh yeah, you go shock you now. National on 28.
All right.
My five on ground.
Now that one, I want his whole body say them beat man you.
No. My 5k dey on ground like this. And so that 200k dey on ground. My own dey on ground. My 5k, I know they play with that money.
All right. Okay.
But Mr. Chuma, my idol. I don't forget you. I don't think my idol.
West African idol.
No.
All right.
For me, for Kevin De Bruyne, the guy still have something to offer. Like, I'm just imagining Kevin De Bruyne and Dominic Bosla in midfield for Liverpool. You know what we do next season?
That's what I want to do. Now win Carabao Cup.
we don't worry now. Next season we have like Kevin De Bruyne, Dominic Bosla, or Gravenberch and Kevin De Bruyne in that midfield.
All right.
More the goal go sit there. They go they score Chelsea. You see that Chelsea? You go punish them.
Now only Chelsea be your problem. Okay.
Yes. So
all right.
Chelsea and Arsenal are my problem this season.
Okay. Thank
and
you.
now I go see my problem next season.
Wish you the best of
I
luck.
go see.
All right then. Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate you. Hello. Good evening to you. All right. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Adetaya from Ikoyi.
All right.
Chuma, Adaize, Ofama.
Hi.
I think Kevin De Bruyne still has 2-3 years in top flight football. He's a very good player, and I think was it Former that mentioned Italy? I think Italy or Germany. But the Italy, why I think Italy will be a bit difficult. Their style of football is kind of rough, and he's an injury-prone player somehow, not all the time.
All right.
So I think he should, but I think he still has 2-3 years in top flight football. Very good player.
Okay then. Thank you so much. Appreciate you for calling in. Thank you for your thoughts. All right, more calls. Good evening to you.
Hello, good afternoon. Good evening.
Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Mike. I'm calling from Abledo.
All right, Mike, talk to us quickly.
Well, since when I've been a Manchester City fan for the last 20 years, I've actually seen a good midfielder for Manchester, and it's Kevin De Bruyne. He's an exceptional player, very good player, and I think if Man City want to replace him, they should buy 3 players, which they are going to do now, but Fleury is out of the books already. The other 2 players they are going to buy, which Tijani Rangers deal is already done and dusted. They are planning on buying Gibbs White from Forest and Rodrigo from Real Madrid. So I feel like if they buy these players, they will be inevitable with those players.
All right.
So I think basically if they buy these players, they will be good. So that's my talk.
Thank you. Appreciate you for calling in.
The problem, I don't see the ring on your hand.
Good evening.
Hi, good evening. What's your name?
The studio.
Welcome.
My name is Sudi. I'm calling from Nigeria.
All right, talk to us quickly.
Mr. Samakwan from Temu Club. I've been making years of Manchester United. What is the offense of Manchester United now?
I don't even know the offense.
Is it because Manchester United lost yesterday? That was why I'm making jest of him.
Maybe.
I thought maybe. Okay. This is because you anchored the show today.
All right.
So next I'm ready for next week for you.
Oh yeah, I'll be ready now.
You know you are playing the history we can't.
Okay.
I know.
All
Many
right.
history has been broken now. I'm expecting the next history to book on you.
All right. Okay.
You better will surprise you. Thank you.
All right then. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for calling in. Can I take one more call before the break? Hello. Good evening to you.
Hello. Good evening, Samuel.
Hi there. Good evening.
Oga Ufoma, you too much. Ufoma.
Sir.
Good evening, sir.
I greet you.
I beg. If you go Liverpool, analyze to this hour. Ufoma, you just too much for everything.
Ogbeni, send me money.
I wonder where you end up supporting a club like Arsenal, former.
Friday now where we go start the fight with that.
No, on a serious note.
Friday, my club has 2 European trophies, 13 league titles, and 14 FA Cups. Why should I not support them?
Well, you have every right to support them.
Thank you for admitting.
For a man like you, a good man like you. look at Samuel now. Look at player where they mention. Now so he mentioned Kopama last season, Ballon d'Or. Where Kopama dey now? He not fit win West Africa Player of the Year.
He's 19. He's coming. He's 19.
He can't be a West Africa Player of the Year.
19.
I want them to take a chill pill about all that talk.
They are mentioning Kedi Bruyne. You they mention Enzo. Who is Enzo?
Who is De Bruyne? Don't we walk up before? Don't we walk up before?
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
Mommy, you want to watch you?
Just Radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info.